Well, as we try to stay cool this summer, whether it's at the pool, at the beach, it's important to make sure you protect your skin from the sun as well. Here with us this morning, joining us live, is Dr. Benjamin Hinton with the North Mississippi Medical Services to talk with us about skin cancer and how to protect yourself. Good morning, sir. How are you?
Doing well. Good to see you.
Same to you. Thanks so much for joining us this morning. So first off, I'd like to talk to you. What is skin cancer?
So skin cancer comes in several different shapes and forms. We have the more garden variety types of squamous cell cancers and basal cell cancers, which can potentially be serious, but the most feared diagnosis is the melanoma. And that is a situation that we'd like to avoid, and that's one of the main reasons that I wanted to talk to you today.
Okay. Now, just sheer curiosity, I just thought of this. This is something I've always wondered. Skin cancer, I was told that's just uncontrolled cell growth, like your cells are programmed to die. Is that what it is? They just won't die, they just keep growing? Or is it something else?
That's true. And the problem with melanoma is that it can spread to other parts of your body, and that's the really scary part. Typically, as we get older and if we have a lot of sun exposure, we can develop some of the less scary types of skin cancer, but the melanoma is the one that's really the really scary one. And we can talk about some ways to avoid that, but uncontrolled cell growth is a pretty good description.
Okay, so you mentioned the cancer spreading. How quickly does that happen?
So if you catch it early, it potentially will not happen, and that's the goal of trying to at least limit your sun exposure. Although I will point out, moderation is the key with sun. The sunlight, being outside, being active, that has many benefits. Psychological, it helps your immune system. Lots of really good reasons to be outside and enjoy the outdoors, being physically active. But the key again is moderation. On days like today when it's 100 degrees, it's really not a hard sell to tell people to come inside and get in the cool. But on nicer days when it's maybe not so hot, then we really need to not be outside for too long and really avoid excessive sun exposure. And really sunburns is what we're trying to avoid.
Okay. So for anybody looking to prevent this from happening, it would make sense just stay out of the sun. Is that correct? Can you have anything to add to that?
It is. I mean, like I said, moderation is the key. It's easy to say stay out of the sun, but a lot of people's jobs take them outdoors. A lot of people have hobbies, fishing, watching your kids play soccer, and those are things that are hard to do indoors. And so the key is to either use some sort of a physical barrier, whether it's long sleeves or some sort of a sunshade. Certainly sunscreen plays into that. I know it can be difficult to wrangle your kids every minute they're outdoors and put sunscreen on them. And I don't even think that that's necessary for short visits outside. But if you're going to be outside for, an hour or more, it's probably a good idea to think about doing that.
Dr. Benjamin Hinton, North Mississippi Health Services, thank you so much for your time, sir. That's all I have.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
Have a great weekend and a great 4th.